just ask me for what my bank account says. I could ask you the same question, and I guess 90% of people would decline to disclose that information. So I think it's more than understandable if I'm not disclosing this kind of information. Let's put it this way. I put it this way before in the Poker School Online stream because I got the same question over and over. I made enough to earn a living so that I don't need to worry about getting my bills paid. I hope that's good enough information. Tens in that spot. I don't know. He opens 3x. He's a big stack. I think I'm just going to call here and go from there. But I'm fair to say, oh, he's betting big, so I'm just going to check fold this flop. I'm safe to say that I've made more online than live, for sure. That's for sure. That is information that I can disclose. We could try to stack one of these guys. I think I'm going to limp. Plan was obviously to limp raise, but that plan fizzled. So he's gonna have to take it from there. The guy's a reg in my cash games, actually. And I'm going to check fold now. I wasn't in EPT Barcelona. No, unfortunately not. Oops. And I'm going to fold the a7 off and the king 5 off. Thank you and welcome everybody to the stream if you've just joined. Jack deuce is a fold. How long did you play poker to become a pro? I started out for about, I'd say, 2 years before I actually left university and then officially turned pro. So Jack 9 could actually be a call. That guy has a pretty big bounty on his head, so I'm just going to make this call. I'm going to make a small 3-bet here. Just try and isolate this guy. So yeah, I started in 2006, built up my bankroll into 2008. That's when I left university. So it took me about a year and a half or 2 years. About 2 years, I'd say. I gotta fold this now. This is ugly. I think he's gonna be very, very strong. So I'm gonna let this go. I was actually planning to isolate, but that doesn't work. So I'm gonna make a tight fold. But, well, to be honest, to be fair, back in the days it was a little bit easier. Now you have to put in a lot more work, but it still pays off. So it's a little bit more work and it's become a little bit tougher, but it's still manageable. Ace King, just a jam. Calls with 10-8, gets there. Makes sense. So we're still alive though. No worries. And holding this. And I'm all in against No Name in the side event. Oh, I didn't kick you out, so I don't get the bounty. Thanks. You shoved with Ace Queen. Queen 10 suited, it's going to be a shove. I got a bounty, but unfortunately I busted the hot 440. Close to the bubble. I bubbled it. I'm already playing the tournament in the home game, but I'm not going to play the play money one. It's going to be distracting me too much. Just one side event here on the side. That should be enough, I hope. I studied math. Made a diploma in that one. It's quite a while. Been quite a while now, like 6 years. 2008 is when I left university. Have you ever thought about getting back into a regular job? Future of online games, tougher game traffic, regulations? Not at all. No, not one single thought. That just doesn't work for me. I've tried a lot of different job types in my field. And, well, the only 2 types of jobs I could see myself doing at some point in my life would be either teaching, because I enjoy teaching, but then again, you know, it really depends on who I would be teaching. Don't enjoy teaching children that much. Or doing some research at university, but I missed that opportunity already, so I think no, not going back. And I don't see I just don't see myself doing something like this. Hmm? Yay! I'm chip leader. Queen Jack suited. We're going to raise. This is a nice hand. We get called from the button, who is a quite a big stack, I'd say. And we're going to bet this flop, and he snap raises us. I don't think our outs are going to be clean, so we're just going to fold. Well done, sir. After your trip to Vegas, do you enjoy more online poker or live poker? Well, I gotta admit I enjoy a lot more. I enjoy online a lot more, but I do enjoy live poker from time to time. But just from time to time. Telesales would suit you. Yeah, why not? If I have the right product. Grinding it up shirts. Yeah, I don't have a HUD running. I like to focus more on my reads right now, and when I just one table, I just feel like, you know, I can just do well enough without one. And also it pulls a lot of capacity from the computer right now. King 5, blind on blind, he shoves. I don't know if it's a call or not. What's that? That's like 6, 17, 18 big blinds, 17 big blinds. King 9 off, I guess, would be a call. King 5, I fold. And Jack 10 suited next. Somebody picked up on my 3-3-3 sizing. I'm going to call. That's not a good flop. How many women have thrown themselves at you since you've gone pro, if you know what I mean? How many women have asked you to grind them up? Well, just my wife. That's it. I'm a very, very loyal husband. Faithful is the word that I was looking for. So I'm not your guy, Italian sausage, I'm afraid. I'm not your guy for the women's stories. Definitely not. You should talk to this guy over here. Yeah. He's more of an expert.
Ladies.
So when we were walking in Vegas, yeah, he would go like, ladies. But I don't do that. I don't do that kind of thing. I'm happily married for more than 5 years now. I'm a Team Online member for PokerStars. Yes, I watch League of Legends. That's correct. There is Team Pro and Team Online. And I'm from Team Online, and Team Online is representing the online players. And Team Pro is representing the professionals that play on the live poker circuit. Sounds like biscuit. Going to flat the tens. And flop's not great, so we'll just fold. Not much else to do. I don't live in Berlin, I live in Cologne, which is in the west, not in the east. I got married after I graduated, exactly 1 year after. A little bit more than a year after, I think. So anybody of you guys actually playing WCOOP right now, or maybe at a later point? Have you picked any events you want to play? Who's up for some WCOOP? Let us know. My next event is going to be on Sunday. Baloo's dreaming. It makes weird noises. I knock out another home game member of the Grinding It Up gang. We should make a regular knockout tournament. It's a lot of fun to play knockout tournaments. Hm? Ah. Just jamming this. Alright, that is Mr. Dorson in the background. Yes, this is him. He's been grinding it up all morning. He posted his graph on his Facebook. If you want to follow Mr. Dorson, it's Mr. Dorson on Facebook. Mr. Dorson. Mr. Dorson. He seems to be crushing full ring instead of 6 max. What's the smallest stake someone can grind 4 tables of Zoom and have poker as their job? That's a pretty interesting question, I would say. I think that you can even go... I mean, it depends on probably what your expenses are and where you're living, what part of the world, and what kind of living expenses you have, if you have a family or not. So it's all relative, but I think, like, let's say you're on your own and you don't need much. You just have like your rent and it's not all that much, and you have like small expenses. Maybe you could even live on 4-tabling 10 NL Zoom, but that's tough. But I definitely think that it's possible at 25 NL Zoom poker to make a monthly earning that kind of covers your the stuff that you have to pay for on a monthly basis. So yeah, I'd definitely say that 25 NL probably is the level, but it's going to be still tough work, that's for sure, if you want to make an income. So 50 is better, 100 even relaxed, and 200 is fairly not easy. Definitely not easy, but it's definitely you're going to be more relaxed, so for sure. Tens is going to be a call against this guy's shove, for sure. So let's hope that we bink another bounty. Bounty, nom nom nom. Bounty, nom nom nom. 10. 10, 10, 10! Bounty, 50 bucks to the sergeant. 50 bucks. Bounty. Not Twix. Bounty. Super Knockout. WCOOP. Für jeden, den ich rauskicke, kriege ich $50. Und dann gehen $50 auf meinen Kopf. 215. Also jetzt habe ich schon 150. Ja. Kann man so sehen. Also noch muss das besser werden. Sorry for talking German. Had to explain to Mr. Dorson what's with all the bounties in the WCOOP. Make a weekly Saturday knockout. Maybe Sunday. I guess Sunday is more convenient for most of you guys. So it's all relative. Talking about what stakes you can earn an income at. It depends on, you know, how much you have to pay for, if you have a family or not, you know, what your expenses are, and so on. So I guess, yeah, and yeah, what Birdie says about win rates going down, variance going up, and stuff being more stressful at a higher level, that's certainly true. So again, it's all relative in terms of what you want for your life, or what you expect. If you want it the tough way, or if you want to grind out an easy way. Problem though is, if you're grinding it out on the kind of easy way or easy level and never moving up, it also means that you're probably not improving all that much as a poker player and not evolving much as a poker player, which also means that at some point you could be left behind the competition, even at your level. I mean, you could still constantly try to improve and beat your stakes, of course, but you know, there's a danger. I think there's a real danger about this, so I definitely think it's always good to strive and be moving up at some point. Going to fold the Jack-9 here. So I'm definitely going to make a weekly knockout tournament. This knockout format is quite a bit of fun. So I'm going to do a weekly Sunday knockout. You eating all my Knoppers? Nee. Hören wir später. Right, so more questions. What's your opinion on cash game staking? Well, tough to say, really. I mean, I've done a couple myself. I have staked some people and also coached some people that I was staking, and it never really worked out because at some point, you know, at some point you will have to part ways with somebody you're staking anyways, so it's only like a matter of time. I also think it's not really, I mean, it could be valuable to the one who is in need or who might need, you know, a bankroll and who doesn't have a bankroll. But I also think that if somebody doesn't have the bankroll at some point, it probably means that at some point something went wrong. So you have to ask, look into the background and see, you know, what went wrong. Why doesn't he have the bankroll anymore? If it just has to do with, you know, life coming into the way, that certainly is a good argument. And that's, you know, if he's still a great poker player and he just needs some funding and you're trusting into him, then that's perfectly fine. For me, it's something that never really worked out. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the way it worked. But, well, you know, people are different, approaches are different. It could pay off for somebody who maybe just has like just took a hard strike from fate, or, you know, just life came in the way and he's just looking to be successful with poker again. You just give him a small stake and he manages to run that up. But it doesn't need to be a big stake. I think with enough discipline you can always make it from the bottom. So you don't need to be staked for, like, let's say 100 NL or 200 NL to be successful, to become successful quickly. I mean, that's what grinding it up is, what I'm trying to show with grinding it up, after all. So it's kind of a personal thing, I guess. Everybody's different in that regard. Being able to buy a condo out of online poker, that's pretty sweet for Frosty, for sure. Do you have a personal checklist you have to fulfill before you play? I made one for myself. Open-minded, motivated, enough time to extend session if I'm good. Yes, absolutely. Something that I've wrote a lot about in my Grinding It Up guide. That's kind of the stuff that I go into in my Grinding It Up guide if you're interested what the Grinding It Up guide actually is about, because I gave one out earlier to Ava. And I'm talking about this kind of stuff, and it's definitely like really important for me to get into the right mindset to grind. So right now, for instance, I'm in the mindset to play a tournament and to stream with you guys. So I'm definitely not in the cash game mindset. So if I would now start to play a cash game table, chances are pretty big that I'm going to be screwing up either in the cash game or in the tournament. So it doesn't really pay for me to play both, and instead I just focus on one. So I just really like to prepare myself for the day. So today I was prepared to stream and to play WCOOP. When I play cash games, or when I want to play cash games, I also prepare myself for that. So I kind of try to get rid of all, or do all errands first that I have to run, so that I have enough time, such that if I manage to catch a heater, or if I really play well and I really want to keep on playing, I can just play. And I also have alternatives in my mind. So if I don't run well, if I don't play well, then I have other stuff to do. So that's kind of stuff that I think about before I start my cash game sessions. And also, what I like to do is I work out in the mornings every single time. Like, working out is, for me, it's the most important thing I can't even do without. It's just so insanely helpful to work out every day and just go outside, get some fresh air first before I start anything else, and then just have a very, very good breakfast. That's also very important to me. Like, I celebrate my working out and sports and my breakfast. I celebrate that, like, I really do a little celebration each day to kind of start the day off fresh and healthy. Play some heads up at 50 or 100 NL. Or I could always play some some home game heads up games for sure. I could put in like a play money table heads up. I don't think I'm a great heads up player, to be honest. Accepting more people to the club. When does the video for Team Online come out? Yeah, somebody already asked me about this, and I'm waiting for it. I hope it's coming out soon. Well, they promised. We've been waiting this summer. So one's coming first, the one by Katerina, and then we got mine coming up then after that. Pocket fives. This is, I don't know with these small pairs. I'm just gonna fold. I'm just gonna be nitty here and fold pocket fives. Some tournament guy told me to not open small pairs too often, especially in the later stages. I don't know if it's good or not, but I'm just gonna stick to it. Home game info is right below. 874748 ID and the password is fischige Spieler. Who do you think is the greatest online cash game player? No Limit Hold'em and PLO. I'm gonna pass this question over to Mr. Dorson. Cash game and No Limit Hold'em and PLO. Bester. He says Daniel Negreanu. I'll say, I don't know. I think, okay, results-wise, I'm in no way informed or anything, but play-wise or strategy-wise or whatever, I just love to hear Sauce Ben Salsky talk about poker. That's probably like, I don't know how I mean I don't know anything about PLO, but I assume he's also, or he's probably a great PLO player as well. So, but I love to hear his thoughts. So I think, yeah, I'd pick him right now. But it depends on what you mean by best, like results wise. It's tough to argue, of course. Ike is great too, yeah. So if you ask me what's the greatest player, yep. Ten nine suited, I'm going to flat. Flop a gut shot. Maybe I get away with leading here. I'm just going to try. Maybe it works. I get snap raised. What does a snap raise mean, actually? I don't know. I'm just going to call and spike. If he min raises, bad for him, good for me. And now he bets big, so I think I'm going to let this one go now. I only have a gut shot, so. We have close to 50 big blinds. Ace Jack off. So these guys are pretty deep. So we're just gonna make a standard open. Oh, I just busted Fribble. Good game, Fribble. Another bounty, and I'm at the final table of the home game side event. Nice one. Who else is there? Mr. Dorson is there. But I'm the chip leader with 27k. I'm gonna ship my own. My own home game tourney. Another ace jack. I'm gonna raise. Birdie, you know exactly what I was trying to do there. I was at least trying to rep sixes, yeah. I don't know. This ace jack. Usually I would just defend, so I'm just gonna peel. We're way too deep to do anything else, I think. Sorry. So I just took out two people. Took out Mr. Dorson and Kaput. GG, both of you. I think I'm going to fold now. I don't know. I don't know what he has. He could have like queens. He could have queens or jacks. I might have some outs. He bets very small. I don't know. I'm just gonna let this go. I don't know anything about another It Up series, Falkennabe. I don't know what you're talking about. I only know grinding it up. Of course. There's only one grinding it up series. So back to 11K. Bubble is still far away in this WCOOP, but we're doing fine. We have more than 40 big blinds. And I'm close to already making back the buy-in from the WCOOP. I already made $150 in bounties so far, so I'm only 75 bucks away from getting back my initial buy-in, which is quite sweet for a tournament. Yeah, I always made the nuts. I had like nut flush, I had jacks, they held, all that stuff. So, what about more questions, everybody? Shoot them at me. Somehow, whenever I'm streaming, I feel like I'm playing so much better in tournaments, so I probably should be streaming more often when I play tournaments, because it makes me more patient. I just tend to get really impatient when I don't stream. Break time, 5 minutes. Time for another table tennis. Bountying it up, yes. Oops, I just realized that I'm streaming the home game tourney. Not a good idea. Yep, yep. That's the sound of somebody new applying for the home game club. Let me check. Unreal. I'm sorry, GRND. I'm just running Unreal. The odds were just too good. Oops. Yeah, it wasn't a delay. For sure. I gotta call everything off, pretty much. What can I do? Ah, there you go. Oh, yeah, so you made it straight. That evens it out. Yeah, okay. Running pure. And running hotter. High life, jacks against threes. You got 2 more shots. GG. GG high life. And next up, heads up against MC Edger. Close to taking down the home game tourney. But now it's break time. Break time first. Okay, everybody, I'll be back, so don't run away. We'll see each other in 5 minutes. Whoops, no. Nope. No, no, no. No. Yeah, that's better. Okay, see you later. Alright, I'm back. Just won another $10 table tennis heads up match. Gotta be playing heads up against MC Edger. Good luck, sir. He'll fold ace-8 offsuit. Oh yeah, Big McMeal and McFlurry. Nice. $10. I can take the $10 for sure. Coffee time. Not for me though. I'll pass. Wie? Hä? Ach so. Yeah. So Dawson was just retelling the story of how I had to pay for his meals in Vegas this summer because I lost to him heads up on the plane all the time. But I win in heads up on Tisch tennis, table tennis, Tisch tennis. Tisch tennis is German. Tisch tennis. So I see a little discussion going on about Zoom poker, how to approach crushing the smaller stakes. Well, check out my Grinding It Up YouTube video series. I'm talking a lot about that kind of stuff. So go to YouTube, check out my channel there, if you haven't already, I mean. Probably most of you have. Oops. Sorry, Mr. Edger. I just run too pure in this one. You said it already, yeah. Good game, everybody, in the home game. Whoops. Pretty sweet. So, and a McFlurry, yeah. So we flop a king on a king 6-7 queen board. I'm just going to check this turn. I think checking turn is good. Probably calls with like some medium pairs like pocket 8s, 9s, 10s, whatever. And we're just gonna bet the river really small. So I win my own home game tournament. Nice. Sweet. Yep. I shipped it. I should post a screenshot of that. I never won a tournament before, I think. Not online, not that I can think of. I did have one cash in the WCOOP so far, which was the Sunday Million, but that was just a min cash. Woo 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 woo. Yay, I won my own tournament. And we win a couple of chips again. A7 is going to be a fold. Alright. Since it was so much fun, I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna create another knockout tournament. This time, so I think the last one had 21 runners. Let's see. Create a tournament. Number 2. Fold this, and we're gonna up the stakes a little bit. I'll think I'll leave it at the same because it was so much fun. So same tournament. We're gonna make this 11:6, 6 hours. So that's, yeah, that works. Fold. So if you aren't already registered, there's going to be late registration, don't worry. So it's going to start in about a couple minutes time. And I'm going to fold ace jack, turn under the gun raise. And here we go, I created another one. Come and join the home game, guys. Come and join the home game. Queen jack suited, we're going to call. Cocktails in the poker room. So we went to Caesars that one day, and they had like this dealer who could immediately tell when somebody cuts out a stack of chips, he could immediately tell how many chips that were. So he did that every single time, and he had it correct every single time. And he also was very good at singing, and so he made that song. When there was this cocktail lady asking for cocktails, he was saying like, cocktails in the poker room. Definitely calling ones here with my queen. I also have a backdoor flush draw. And I can always make trips or 2 pair. I can pick up a flush draw too. Only trouble is I can't really knock this guy out, which sucks a little bit. So yeah, I guess I'm just going to check it back now. That is indeed a sweet river. Dut river. Dut river. Whoops. Let's raise this for value. $15K. That's sweet. Force, yeah, I think this is a pretty clear call. I lose a lot of money in the home games, Bobby. Usually in the cash games. That's for sure. I love spewing around in the cash games. No, I definitely don't get any of the rake or whatsoever. No. That's just standard PokerStars rake. And we're just allowed to do a nice little home game together, which is really fun. And I'm spewing around in the home game so much, I end up losing every single time. Ace King suited. Let's bust somebody and pick up another bounty. If we pick up another bounty, then we're close to getting back our buy-in. So everybody join the home game club. The info is down there. 874748. Password is Fischige Spieler. And the tourney has late registration, so it's another knockout one. Here we go. Home game tourney starting. Come on, guys. Join. Greetings back, Mr. Caesar from Brazil. Everybody who wants me to do a shout out, feel free to ask me in chat or at the tables, and I'll do a shout out in the stream. No problem. So let me just talk a little bit about upcoming streams. I'm planning to stream on the upcoming Thursdays now. So WCOOP is until the end of September, and I'm playing in, let me just check how many more events I'm playing. So I'm gonna play two more warm-ups, and I'm playing a 6-max. Oh, that's going to be interesting. There's a $320 6-max event on the 25th, which is also a Thursday. So in 2 weeks' time from now, I'm going to be streaming the 6-max, the 321. That should be fun. Then there's going to be another one on the 18th, I think, but I haven't registered for that, so I'm going to do that now. On the 18th of September, yeah, that's another 6-max, which has a re-entry, which I'm also going to play. Gonna register for that actually right now. So yeah, our Thursday streams are secured, everybody. So spread the word. I'm gonna be streaming WCOOP this Thursday, no, every Thursday from now on, pretty much. It's gonna be Thursday is gonna be streaming day. So at least we've got 2 more sessions of live streams. All at your convenience. I hope the time is okay. I mean, for me it's the best time. Starting at 12 p.m. my time is the best, for sure. But I do need something sugary. I slowly feel the afternoon fatigue kicking in. Good call, Mr. Nosy Rabbit. I was trying to bluff you. Oh, Andre has 26k? I'm gonna catch up with him for sure. That's gonna be my goal now. So yeah, I'm going to start a. I'm gonna do a lot of different home games on Thursdays from now on. So Thursday should be the home game day as well, in addition to Sundays. Yeah, sure. That's a lot of fun. Thursdays are going to be streaming days from now on. I just decided. I like streaming on Thursdays. How many people left in the WCOOP, by the way? 1,000? Not many till the bubble, to be honest. So, another 600 bust. 640 actually. Oh, it's still quite a way to go. But we're sitting pretty with 15k, I'd say. I'll be back 1 second. Whoops. Getting some dextro energy. Not the best, but it's okay for now. Pretty interesting question. Is Zoom or regular tables better when one is trying to learn cash games? Well, yeah, and some people already gave good answers to that question, I think. It really depends on what you're trying to learn or what you're looking to achieve. I mean, regular tables is... So here's the biggest difference between the two, I'd say. This is what I tell people. I also tell my students. Regular table games are mostly about looking at what mistakes people make and how to exploit these mistakes. Zoom games, or generally Zoom, it's more about avoiding to make big mistakes yourself while looking to exploit average tendencies or average mistakes that people make, which is quite different from regular table games, because in regular table games you only have to look at what a specific opponent does. You also do that in Zoom, but mostly you don't know the people in Zoom, so that's a little bit different. So in general, I would say you're trying to reduce your own mistakes in Zoom, and you're trying to maximize or capitalize on other people's mistakes in regular table games. So that's the biggest difference, and it really depends what you enjoy more and what kind of fits your playing style or your approach better. And even though, yes, Zoom is tighter and tougher, that's true, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily less profitable. Yeah, info tab is actually not a good idea. Whoops. Let's make this a little bit smaller. This goes down here. This goes up here. Accepting more new Grinding It Up gang members. Everybody who joins the home game club, everybody who watches this stream is already a member of the Grinding It Up gang. Going to add the tournament lobby from the WCOOP. Well, it's a little bit small. I was actually planning on making it bigger, but well, maybe I can do a little bit of a, yeah, that's probably better. Gonna just pick a little bit of it. Yeah. Still not what I wanted. Smaller, like this. Yes, that's better. Is that better? Which poker books would you recommend for 6 max 50 NL plus? I already read Blueprint, Harrington, and Let There Be Range. That's tough, because to be honest, I don't think there's a great book out there that's particularly dealing with 6 max online cash games, not that I know of, except for Easy Game, but Easy Game is also, yeah, as you say, some parts are probably a little bit outdated. Probably the sample hands are very old, I guess, that Beluga Whale is using there. But still, I think it's a great book. It's a great read. Anyways, I can't really recommend any specific books. I would just say, I say what I always say, and I think reading books is all about what you pick from them. So what you make out of a book. Even a book that doesn't have, you know, new information for you, or that doesn't really have anything specific, that kind of gives you like an epiphany or something where you say, wow, I didn't know that. Reading about poker and thinking about poker, both pretty good stuff to do. So you can pretty much, I would recommend reading anything that you can get your hands on. I for once would like to do that. I've read The Small Stakes from Ed Miller. I mean, I've read a lot of Ed Miller books. I think they're good, but they're more geared towards the live poker players, I think, because he plays a lot of 2-5 live. So that's tough to find something that's specifically designed for a 6 max online cash. Ace 10, raise, re-raise, easy fold. I'm actually on it. I mean, I've already started the grinding it up guide. I don't know if some of you have already read it. It's basically designed to be a little ebook that just talks about the surroundings of online poker, how to get into a session, how to get started on cash games, and I thought about doing something like a book, but that's tough to do. I mean, so your question on the stock market thing, I haven't seen that, but please repeat it if I haven't. So writing a book on 6 max cash is tough. It's really tough. Because, you know, addressing specifics in gameplay or how you pick your pre-flop hands or stuff like that, that's really tough. So I'd rather not get into that. But I can, you know, I wanted to do a little ebook that deals with how to approach 6 max cash, like in the surroundings, you know, how to plan your sessions, that kind of stuff. That was something that interested me. So he checks to me. I'm going to put out a really small bet now. I'm just going to make it really small because I don't think he can have a great hand here all the time. But I'm definitely thinking about it. And I'm definitely putting out a second part to the guide. But that's only for the times when I actually have inspiration and time for writing again. That will mostly be during vacation, probably next year sometime. No, I wouldn't say don't read any books. As I say, I think reading any book is really helpful because it makes you think about poker. And you know, you just have to make sure that you know what you get from reading or what you want from reading. Reading is not like reading a book is like, wow, now all of a sudden I understand how to play poker. Because learning and playing poker, two different things. Again, and reading about poker is a third different thing. So reading poker really about getting yourself to think about poker. That's probably what I would look at it as, something that can potentially improve your game, but it's more of how you approach and think about the game, and that reading helps you with. Reading doesn't as you say, reading doesn't really, reading doesn't make up for the fact that you need to review your own sessions and develop your own poker game in the end and keep improving it. That's how you should approach it. Have you ever traded on the stock market? No, not at all. I guess that's not for me. I don't enjoy that. I mean, I haven't even really tried it, but it doesn't look appealing to me anyways. I like to play games. I'm more of a gaming guy. Thank you, Ava. That's nice. Well, I'll definitely write a second part to the Grinding It Up guide for sure that I put in my store. So part 2 is definitely coming out at some point. Not sure when though. I need time and inspiration to write it. And usually I'm short on time, and sometimes I'm also short on inspiration because I got other video projects to do. No hands at the WCOOP. We've been really tight so far. I know there's a couple of ebooks out for microstakes, like yeah, the two that you guys mentioned, The Art of Poker and the Modern Small Stakes. Haven't read either of them, but I mean, yeah, definitely go ahead and read. I think The Art of Poker is by a 6 max grinder himself, who plays pretty high stakes, so that should be pretty good. About the other book from Nathan Williams, Modern Small Stakes, I don't know what stakes he plays. I think I saw like he plays full ring, I guess, so maybe not that suitable for 6 max grinders, but still, you know, read it. Read them all. Reading is always good. It's just how you deal with what you read. You just have to view everything that is written in somebody's book. When somebody says, I do A, and that's why, and you don't think about why it makes sense that he says that, or you don't view it in a critical way, you could come up with the idea of saying, well, it might not always be correct, but I can understand his approach, and I can understand his reasoning. That's all there is to learn from it. It's not like, well, I'm reading a book and he tells me how to play poker, and I'm going to do just that, and I'm going to be a winning player. That's not how it works. I got to disappoint you guys. So if you read a book and somebody tells you, well, you have to play this hand from this position and it's going to be profitable, that's not how it's going to work. He can tell you other things. He can tell you how he managed to make a certain hand profitable for himself and the reasons for why it has become profitable for him to play that hand or to play it in a certain way. Just like I do in my Grinding It Up videos. I'm just going to fold against under the gun. I'm not used to knitting it up like that, but I have to. You have to think about it yourself, and you have to figure out why it is that some hand is profitable for you or somebody else, and how you can make it such that it becomes profitable for you, or that strategy, or that line, or that bet sizing, or whatever we're talking about. So always read books with, I wouldn't say a grain of salt, but, you know, read it and think about it critically. That's what will improve your poker game in the end. Not like adapting somebody's opinion on certain spots. It won't even make you a winning player if you kind of adopt what I have to say about defending the big blind or doing something, you know, like 3-betting somebody or calling a river shove or whatever. If you do the same, if you just copy that play, it won't make you a winning player, because you need to figure out why you're doing it and, you know, what this spot is about. That's interesting. Well, we certainly have to call now and flop a 6, I hope. So we don't flop a 6, that's a 9. That's an upside down 6. Weird spot. Jack on the turn. Usually one guy will have something, so I'm just going to fold now. Now we're going to raise. Yeah, Zuris, that's correct. If you can play full ring, you can play 6 max. It's the same with 3 extra seats, but the tendencies are different, and that's what you got to keep in mind. So if, you know, that's what I was saying. If somebody just writes a book about full ring poker, I'm just going to c-bet here, and tells you to do A, and you copy that to play 6 max, that might not work out because people's tendencies are different. That's what I meant. Now he check calls the flop. I don't think we can continue on this 3, so we're just going to check. Jack 10 busts, by the way. King Jack busts. So I don't think we can make him fold anything. But we can win against 10 high. Nice. Yeah, that's a good conclusion to draw from that. What Tabik MC says. Read all the books and then come up with your own strategy and your own conclusions. That's what I would do. $15 more minutes until the next break and the next table tennis match. I think the next match is going to be for $50. Wow, this is a long stream. I think this is the longest stream that we've ever run. Checking. 3 hours and 30 minutes. Wow, that's a marathon. I don't even know if that's possible to upload this to YouTube. Are you always nice to people? I try to be. Sometimes I can be mean, I'm sure. But being nice, I'm definitely convinced that being nice is something that you want to do because it makes me and myself a better a nicer person, more positive thinking, and just creates a better atmosphere. So it's a win-win, even if people are not being nice to you. It's tough to be nice to people if people are not nice to you, but I still try to do that. Like the best example I can come up with here is whenever I go to the US, people are always being really nice. You know, you come there and they're always taking care of you wherever you go. Of course, you know, they're dependent on tips and stuff, of course. But anyways, it's just nice to be treated like that with respect. And in Germany, people are just, the average tone is more like, you know, drawn back, having like a little shell around them, not being mean, but being rather critical, or being, I don't know how to put it, being a little closed towards others. And that's something that sometimes is tough to deal with for me. And I try to be nice to these people. And I figure that sometimes I fail at doing so. So it's definitely nicer, it's definitely easier for me to adjust. When people are being nice to me, I can be nice to people. But it's tougher the other way around. And that's where the trouble starts, mostly. But I try to work on that and be nice to German people as well. But in general, I just try to be nice to everybody. We just played a match for 20, so the next match is going to be about 50. We have yet to play a $100 table tennis match. We haven't played that yet. King 5 is a fold. Durden has also got a pretty big bounty on his head. 450. That sounds pretty cool too. I'm not gonna mess here. Queen Jack. I don't know. Don't feel like it. Yeah. Being laid back in Australia. I've been to Australia once. I've been to Sydney once, 2002, playing the Magic the Gathering World Championships back then. That was a lot of fun. And I loved Sydney. I loved the atmosphere, for sure. And I love the accent, by the way. Definitely time for me to go back sometime. Just a long flight from here, like 22 hours or something, with a stopover in Singapore. Flix is red line a big problem in 10NL. I would urge you to check out one of my videos. I talked about my take on red line, green line, blue lines, whatever lines, purple lines, yellow lines. And I have a very clear opinion on that. And I talked about it in a previous... That's weird. I hate when people do that. You know, I don't know what people are limping. I haven't seen this guy do anything, so I'm just going to fold. I'm just going to knit fold ace-jack. Who cares? But definitely check out one of my grinding it up videos on YouTube. I think it's a question and answer episode, like 65 or something, where I talked about this in depth. I think, personally, every line but the green line is irrelevant. The green line and the rakeback line. Those are the important ones. The rest is something that you should never worry about at all. And the reason for this I gave in my YouTube videos. So let's check what this guy limped with. If he's just a weaker player, or I don't know. Looks like it. So ace-jack would have been best. He was just limping. He was just limping 4-7 suited. I've been pointed to Hearthstone by so many people by now. I did play Magic Online for a long time. And I've heard that Hearthstone is just as addictive, or even more addictive. Fold. There you go. We've got somebody who grinds for a living at 10NL and 25NL. I think it's possible, yeah. Why shouldn't it be? Really depends on what your expenses are. We talked about this already. It's break time, people. Break time. Two more minutes. Ten-9 off. easy fold. It's king against tens. We've been moved to a different table. Okay. I like the discussion that's going on. I'm following it closely. Okay, time for some ping pong now. Let's watch the last hand here. Final hand, final hand. I'm gonna cheat on Mr. Dorson by taking another dextro. Just one more, and then I'll be on my A game. Okay, guys, I'll see you after the break. All right, everybody. Streamers gonna stream. Here we go. We're back. Didn't get to play the $50 table tennis match because Mr. Dorson isn't here anymore. He just magically disappeared. I don't know where he is. So he made like $200 this morning at 25 NL, and since then he just disappeared. Probably he's spending that money on some stuff that only ballers can buy. Mr. Dorson's gone. So, next time he comes back, I'm gonna play for his entire daily profit today. So everybody who just tuned in, welcome to the stream. We're still streaming, we're still alive. We have like 25 bigs, close to the bubble. And we're looking for a double up soon. And Caesar MGS just busted me. Good game. I left the tournament in 7th place. Those are always fun. Mr. Dorson is avoiding me heads up in table tennis.